Holy shit, it's that time of the channel. Yes, it's been a while since we've been talking about this. Yes, this is an Animal Crossed video. If you actually watched my channel or been with me for the past few years, you know that, yes, Seeker was both an inspiration and a massive catalyst to this whole persona existing. 3.5 years of trying to make people see things differently, that's how long it's been. Actually, if you count development, 4 years. Basically, I've been criticizing Animal Cross longer than some of you have even been serious about YouTube. There's absolutely no padding here for people who aren't aware of the immense history, so, if you want to know what my history with Animal Cross is, go look at it yourself. It's literally 30% of my content. Ironically, yes, I did pull underhanded tactics to try to make things better, such as Update V25. If you continue on with this, you either know enough about me to make a good representation on what I'm about to talk about, know Seekerin enough to understand why this is an issue, and or, well, you decided to play Animal Cross, well, one of them, at some point, and actually want to know what's been going on. Again, this is the last warning, before we begin. Given how there are quite a few people who are subbed to me who, for some reason, still think I'm a pedo or a drama starter, comments here are going to be monitored. Okay. Now that I practically made sure you guys actually did a bit of research before coming into this topic, we can safely discuss the issue at hand. Put the 3 biggest assholes you've ever met on a chart, from least asholish to most asholish. There's a reason why we're doing this. Now, if you happen to place me anywhere in that chart, well, that automatically scales Seekerin to be an omega asshole. He's higher than anyone who behaves and acts like me, by far. See, there's assholes that care sometimes, and assholes that don't care at all. And Seekerin, despite being just some guy on ROBLOX, manages to make Bill Gates look humble about his earnings. Basically, he lives off of profit. Those sweet dollar signs are how he lives. If you've ever met the guy, ever seen his games past Animal Cross 1, and basically his whole demeanor in social media, it's super clear that this is true. And that is, well, the model guy in the team, he's a clout hound too, but not as bad. Actually, Zanez's creations gives Astral games a lot of life. That's what keeps people in Animal Cross 2, because of how beautiful the game looks. Let's say they don't think of giving people a good fan-made experience first, then making money off it. It's just copyright infringement. Yes, so bad that Jump Force actually ripped one of his character's moversets, and because Seekerin's game breaks so much copyright, he can't do anything about it. Seekerin is also really scummy when it comes to making his games nowadays. In Animal Cross 1, money could, well, be taught, but it wasn't the only way to do things and you still could play the game properly. But in Animal Cross 2 or Run Simulator, if you don't pay Seekerin, you're not having any fun. Animal Cross 2 is infuriating to play because of that. Remember, public lobbies are toxic as crap, even if they are limited by a filter. I don't know what's worse, Witch Hunters or the Animal Cross 2 community. Why did I just reiterate that to you all? To remind you that Astral games have problems already. A lot of them. But holy shit, is it nothing compared to what I'm about to tell you guys. No, it's not that Seekerin or Zanez are illegal ROBLOX sellers or buyers. You probably already knew that or guessed that. I'm talking about Astral games having a pedophilia problem. Remember, Zanez and Seekerin are the only ones who touch their game, so, well, any devs are really only there because they are distractions. So, it's probably really likely Seekerin or Zanez are child molesters. Yes, it's possible that it could be an admin or a graphics designer raping kids too. And you know what? It's strangely in character for Seekerin. If it doesn't affect his sales, he don't give a crap about it. Basically, from the source I found, one of them has been going after 15 and 16-year-olds and making them show awful pictures by guilt tripping and manipulating. There's also a probable catfish, but that this person went after someone he thought was a 8-year-old too. It's just fucking disgusting and horrendous. Yes, they were uncomfortable, but who gives a shit about whether they were uncomfortable or not? Iron child porn was sent, and this person honestly needs to pray to Jesus for forgiveness. Of course, we got to get him in jail first. Yes, I'm serious about this. We gonna get a rapist today. Of course, had this been old me, I would have been all for cutting off his penis and making him a eunuch, but let's save that for if he reoffends. Forgiveness is the key after all. And yes, he does deserve life in prison until he fixes himself. Hell, I bet you think he deserves the electric chair the moment he gets caught. No trial, just chair. Now, since, well, the details are blurry to me, since I personally don't hang around the Animal Cross to Discord or care enough about Twitter to go looking for tweets, let's discuss all the possibilities. First, let's look at the minimal impact for Animal Cross 2, that being, if the lowest possibility, an admin or graphics designer happened to be the one touching those kids. They could probably just remove him, remove all mentions of him, and basically, be done with it. Literally sweep it under the rug, and, remember, this is in character for Astral Games to do. Problem solved. He'll probably be shunned and arrested, no big deal, we still get to keep Animal Cross 2. The second outcome is, if Dennis, the main modeler and graphics guy, and also the most anime-centric in the team, happened to be that molester. Basically, all the stages would have to go. And all the skins Dennis made that are costumes, and the lobby, possibly even the U2. The game would have to look completely different, and the only things that remain the same are, of course, the characters and their mob-assets. Nothing else would remain. If one thing even remains, that was publicly made by Dennis, and he happened to be the one to do the crime, Animal Cross 2 is gone. And the Animal Cross 2 we know would be gone anyway. Future updates would essentially have to be all Sekirin or a completely new guy, if anything were to move forward. And finally, if Sekirin himself was the molester, the game's in the bin. You can't salvage it. It's gone. Heck, Animal Cross 1 would even be gone too. Basically, it's not coming back. The game itself would be made by a rapist. The only way it could come back is if, for some reason, he gave someone else the source code. Either that or Sekirin takes my hints and actually moves to a new platform, but even then, that version would probably never be finished, because we'd all be on a massive pedo hunt. We got one good outcome, one really bad outcome, and one where Animal Cross 2 just gets banned for all eternity. Remember that the demographic for ROBLOX are mostly kids. Anime games naturally are made for the more mature side of the ROBLOX spectrum, but it's still ROBLOX. So, a lot of people's childhoods are going to die because someone statutory raped 3 people. Of course, being how to Tomo 101, I don't know what the hell to say to this. As I'm making this video, I'm gonna have to sit down and tell them that their idol is going to jail, and they are never going to get their favorite game back. Remember, I don't know the details, so, of course, if you go around investigating, don't witch hunt. Seriously. If you have more info, please put them in the comments. I feel like I have to know.